The Nintendo Commodore check! Okay, so I was playing my favourite game, Lotus 2, and I was thinking about doing a YouTube video on the history of Lotus 1, 2 and 3, and then I discovered that once Gremlin Graphics had finished with Lotus 1, 2 and 3, they kept going making racing games, and I never knew that because they came out on the Super Nintendo, and I always stuck to the Commodore. So there's like Top Gear 2, Top Gear 3000, and so I added those to my YouTube video. And then I discovered that so for Top Gear 2 there's a Super Nintendo version and a Genesis version. There's also a Game Boy, that's the Rally, Top Gear Rally. There's a Game Boy Advanced version. Top Gear 2, there's a Nintendo 64 version. Top Gear 3000 only came out on the Super Nintendo. That was developed by Gremlin Interactive, so they changed it from Gremlin Graphics to Gremlin Interactive, and published by Kimco. So there's those. Then so Top Gear Rally, that came out on this Nintendo 64, the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. And there was also a rename, or they called it Top Gear Pocket for the European version. So these two games, Top Gear Rally and Top Gear Pocket, are exactly the same game on the Game Boy Advance. And same with Top Gear Rally 2. That came out on the Nintendo 64. And the Game Boy Color version is called Top Gear Pocket 2, and in Europe it was called Top Gear Rally 2. So there's those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Lotus trilogy and the Top Gear trilogy, even though there's more than 3 in the Top Gear trilogy. Quintet, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to do kind of a shuffle from what I want to call the worst graphics to the best. I mean, Top Gear Overdrive is obviously the best of the best because it's in 3D. You're starting to get into PlayStation style graphics, which is beyond my scope. I'd rather stick to the 2D racing games, not 3D. That's a whole nother separate channel, or modern gaming, or whatever you want to call it. So I'll stick to the early generation consoles anyway. So what I mean by worst graphics to the best is we're going to start way back with Lotus running on an Amstrad and a ZX Spectrum. We're gonna try and play these old crusty games, and I'm gonna do them in order of worst graphics and worst gameplay, worst use of the controller, right up to the best. So let's go with that. Yeah, so yeah, the ZX Spectrum version. I hate Lotus 1 in all its forms because of the stupid split screen. This one you hold up to accelerate, which is so bloody awkward. And here you can see when I go up a hill, actually like go up into the air, and you can't even see the track. And that same issue, let's look at the Amstrad version. it's the same issue. You go up in the air. Cornering is bloody impossible. You go up in the air and you lose the track. You don't know. There's no way of knowing where you're going. Commodore 64 version's a lot better. I mean, obviously it's in more than two colours, green and black, and there's blue. I think I saw blue, but we've got colour now with the Commodore 64, and it's a much better game, but still a split screen. I can't handle the having to push up and to accelerate. It just doesn't work for me. Well, I'll explain that when we get to Lotus 2 and 3. But I'm putting the Top Gear Pocket, the Game Boy Color versions, slightly above that because they're very fiddly to play on the Game Boy. Can't really see where. Oh, you can see the track alright, but it's very hard to stay on the track because you've got the fiddly little buttons. So yeah, it's really hard to corner, but I do enjoy that. But yeah, the screen is tiny and it's difficult to navigate. So Top Gear Pocket 2 is Top Gear Rally 2 on the Game Boy Color. Better graphics, but still the gameplay, I don't like it. The point of making this video, I haven't even explained that yet. The whole point of making this video is the fact there's two issues. Like, I'm deciding, by making this, I'm deciding which games that I'm wanting out of this bunch, which games that I'm wanting to actually play properly right through. Now the reason I'm doing that is I have a psychological issue that started with Lotus 2 because that's the very first game I ever played, and it's the very first game that I played with my brand new computer, the brand new second-hand computer that I paid my first wages to buy. So yeah, something that I owned. I've got myself a computer. This is back in 1990. Wow, technology, eh? So I developed a psychological issue that is just, it's not just limited to games, but I can't finish a game. Having said that, there is 5 games that I've completed. There's Heretic and its add-on, there's Hexen and its add-on, Quake and Quake 2 and their add-ons, and Skyrim and all the DLCs. So there are 5 games that I've actually completed. I've also got to include Jedi Knight, don't I? So that's 6. Jedi Knight and the add-on Mysteries of the Sith. So apart from those, I have a psychological issue that if I complete a game from this generation, not PC or DOS or Windows or whatever, but from this generation, if I complete a game, then somehow my life will be over. My life will become completely meaningless and pointless. And I'm going to do, my channel's changing to like a psychology channel now. So I'm going to be talking more about that than gaming or whatever subjects I was talking about. So I'm going to pick one of these games and I'm going to complete it. And the thing is, it's the fear. Can I explain it that way? The fear of completing a game. And what happens once I've completed a game? Is the world going to end? I mean, it sounds funny, but it's a real mental health issue and anxiety and all that, you know. If I complete the game, is life still worth living? And so that's why I'm tackling this. This is actually quite a dangerous thing that I'm doing, But I've got a lot of support. I mean, this sounds utterly crazy, but I've got a lot of support around when I've completed Lotus 2, and I'm doing Lotus 2 with a manual gearbox and not automatic, and it may take ages to beat it. I've been trying to beat this game since 1992 when I bought my Amiga 500. So yeah, I've been trying to beat it, and I've been giving up beating it in case I finish it and then the world ends. So let's tackle that mental health issue. It sounds so silly. Let's tackle that mental health issue and see what happens. So, Top Gear 2, it's a cool game. I love it. I was complaining about Lamborghini Challenge, about the graphics are better than Lotus 3, but the gameplay is obviously garbage. And then I come across Turbo 2, Top Gear 2. And I'm thinking, well, the graphics are better than Lotus 3 and the gameplay's better. So am I going to blaspheme and say I found a better game? And it's like, maybe I have. But then, I mean, Top Gear 2, yeah, it's cool. But then I discovered Top Gear 3000. And I'm like, it's got turbo, it's got spaceships, you race on different planets or whatever. It's like, okay, that's definitely one of the 3 games that I'm going to play all the way through to the end as part of my psychological experiment. So we got Lotus 1 on the Amiga. I hate playing it. Split screen thing. It's garbage. I hate it, and you run out of petrol and it's crap. Lotus 2 is obviously the reason I bought my original computer in the first place, and it's a game I've been trying to beat since 1992, and will try and beat it now as much as I can. I know I've had all the cheat codes for 50 years. 50 years. For 30 years or whatever, but you know, I want to beat it all the way through from level 1 right through. If that's possible, I don't know. We'll play it properly for a change. No cheats. Okay. And Lotus 3, obviously, it's a game that I played a lot. I just sticked around with different circuits, creating my own circuits, and I never played the game itself, so let's do that. Let's complete Lotus 3. If we can. So with the Game Boy Advance ones, there's Top Gear GT Championship, which I really like, but I'm not going to play it all. I don't like the graphics, it's too blocky. I'm not going to play it through anyway. And Top Gear Rally is the one where it's the other game where you can't even stay on the track. It's like, okay, where's the road? How do you stay on the road? This game sucks. I'm sorry that. So I apologise to those that like to play this game, but it sucks. So we'll finish off with Top Gear Overdrive by Snowblind Studios. Wow, amazing. I thought Nintendo 64 was the bomb for Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Super Mario 64, but then I've discovered a racing game on the Nintendo 64, So I'm going to be playing this game to death. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I've played you know, Need for Speed 1, 2 and 3 on Windows 95 and all that, with the Voodoo and Windows 98, and this just intrigues me. Just intrigues me because I was like, oh, I've got a PC, what do I need a Nintendo for? And now you look back on it, it's like, bloody hell, I missed out on these games because I stuck to, oh, Windows is the only thing you need for gaming kind of mentality. It's just like crazy. What's this one? Top Gear Rally on the N64. This is cool, but I can't stay on the track. This is one of the two games that I'm going to call there's no way of staying on the track games. Like there's this one spot where I leave the track altogether and I get stuck in the water. It's like, what the hell? So yeah, I don't like that one. There we go, I get stuck in the water. Thanks for watching. Next episode is going to be doing the magazine of the month, so the April edition of the gaming magazine, and we're going to go through all the cover lists for it, and then we're going to do the big one, so stay tuned. Bye.